For years, Fujifilm users have been asking for a high-resolution sensor without moving to the GFX system. Their answer is this, the X-T5. A 40.2 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 5 HR BSI sensor with up to 7 stops of IBIS, a 3-way tilting screen mechanism, and subject focus detection including animals and several types of vehicles that make this version of the T-Series packed full of value. In terms of recording media, you have dual UHS-2 SD card slots. Pixel shift technology, first found on a Fujifilm camera in the X-H2, has made its way into the X-T5. This feature allows you to composite a 160 megapixel image. This is going to be ideal for archiving documents, works of art, product photography, and landscapes. High-speed burst shooters, you have the ability to capture up to 15 frames per second in mechanical shutter, and you can shoot up to 20 frames per second in electronic shutter with a 1.29 crop for more flexibility. On top of that, Fujifilm added the ability to shoot up to 180,000th of a second. What about video capture? You're covered there too. 6.2K up to 30 frames per second in the 16:9 aspect ratio, not the 3.2 ratio found in the X-H2S. The X-T5 does not record to 8K like the X-H2. However, it does have an oversampled 4K HQ mode from the 6.2K signal, but it also tops out at 30 frames per second. 4K 60 frames per second and Full HD up to 240 frames per second are available for internal recording. F-Log2 is here as well to give you 13 stops of dynamic range. If raw video capture is part of your workflow, Fujifilm has done a great job of making their most recent cameras have the ability to record ProRes RAW with the Atomos Ninja V and V+, along with Blackmagic RAW on their 12G series of video assist recorders. In terms of a size comparison, they are similar, but there are some differences. So if we put them back to back here, the X-T4 being in the back of the X-T5, you can see the X-T4 is a little bit wider and a little bit taller. You can see that X-T4 up here. The biggest difference you're going to find is the screen mechanisms on the back. This X-T4 has a fully articulating LCD screen, how a lot of other DSLR mirrorless cameras are. And then you have the X-T5 over here, which has a similar mechanism to the X-T2 and the X-T3, where it tilts like this. It's a 3-way tilt, so it tilts up and down like this, as well as when you're shooting portraits, you can press this button on the side and you can shoot like this. Fujifilm also sent us their latest macro lens, the XF 30mm f2.8 R-LM-WR. It's compact, but the macro capability lets you shoot 10 centimeters from the center plane, or 1.2 centimeters from the front of the lens. And we're not exaggerating. This is how close we were able to focus. It's a true 1-to-1 reproduction ratio with an internal focusing system. To make either of these part of your kit, visit any of our physical locations or online at bedfords.com.